Hi, everyone. My name is Barbara Becker, and it's great to be back at One Spirit, where I was a first year dean in the seminary program for a couple of years. I have spent the last 25 years of my career working with human rights activists around the world, people who really put their lives on the line for what they believe in. And I've been privy to some amazing conversations about the meaning of life. And that is where my interest in pilgrimage stemmed from. I was fortunate enough to be able to travel with some of these activists to places where I got to pilgrimage. I pilgrimaged in India on the sacred Ganges in Varanasi, which is holy to the Hindu people, and right nearby in Sarnath, where the Buddha gave his first Dharma talk after being enlightened. And much closer to home, I've walked the pilgrimage route that Henry David Thoreau walked on the outer Cape of Cape Cod, Massachusetts. So I would say that pilgrimage is one of the primary spiritual practices of my life. We gain so much from pilgrimage, a sense of curiosity, embodiment, excitement, an openness to other cultures and other seekers who are also pilgrimaging with us. So it wasn't until I was at One Spirit that I encountered a woman named Peace Pilgrim. And I thought, hang on, who is this? I've never heard of this woman. She was a contemporary woman. She only died in 1981. So Peace Pilgrim, originally named Mildred, and she grew up on a farm in New Jersey. And she was living the life of a flapper in the 1920s. She was buying furs and automobiles and fancy furniture for her home. And she decided that this materialistic life was not for her. So she got into going deep into nature. And one day she was walking in the woods and she came across a clearing in the moonlight. And she said to the universe, please use me. I'm here. I want to be of service. And what followed were the most extraordinary years of almost any pilgrim I know's journey. She hiked the Appalachian Trail. She was the first woman to hike the trail, the full length of the trail in one season. And then she changed her name to Peace Pilgrim and went across the country on foot from Pasadena to the United Nations in New York. And she stopped to talk to people along the way about peace. And by peace, she meant peace in the world, peace between individuals, our environment, but most especially peace within ourselves. So during this workshop, which is 2 full Saturdays, we are going to talk about the elements of pilgrimage. We're going to read some of Peace Pilgrim's works together, and we're going to talk about pilgrimage through time immemorial, throughout different religious traditions. And we will then do the most important part of the class, I think, is that we all get to define pilgrimage for ourselves. What does it mean to go out on some kind of pilgrimage for a cause or to a certain place or to celebrate an anniversary or a change in life, maybe life stage? What does that look like for us? How do we heed the call? And we'll talk about rituals that we can establish on a daily basis as we go on the actual pilgrimage. And we have 2 weeks between those Saturdays designed intentionally so that we can create this pilgrimage of our own and then go out and do it. This is really for everyone. I have a person in my life who has summited Mount Everest, but I also have people in my life who are homebound and need assistance with a wheelchair. And everyone is able to pilgrimage. It doesn't matter how fully in your body you feel. You could have a more internal journey as well. So we'll have those 2 weeks of pilgrimage. And on the last Saturday, which also happens to be Earth Day, we'll get back together with one another to share the stories of what we learned and what we're taking forward. And we'll create a ritual together so that we can bring the everyday lessons and the grander lessons that we've learned into our very own practices. I am so excited to share Peace Pilgrim with you and all that I've learned over the years by walking with her devoted followers. I hope as many of you can join as possible. The more, the merrier. And it's going to be a great and enlightening time.